Hello, good morning to all of our friends and partners joining us in Germany today. We sincerely welcome you to the launch event of the Frankfurt, Germany branch of the Abu Dhabi Investment Promotion Agency. The Abu Dhabi Investment Office is the central government hub that's supporting private sector investment in the Emirate of Abu Dhabi. So starting with Israel at the beginning of this year, a total of 7 overseas branches have now been established. So thank you very much for joining us for this opening. We now have some welcome remarks from some of our partners to kind of kick off our session.
This is an invitation to your future. Where you can turn opportunity into innovation and innovation into long-term success. Where economic strength and stability provide business security. Where established infrastructure provides the foundation for success. Where open for business truly means open. And where happiness is matched only by ambition. This is Abu Dhabi, where every day is a reminder to create the next. This is an invitation to your future today.
It's my pleasure and honor to welcome you today to the inaugural event organized by the Abu Dhabi Investment Office, Germany offices. We are celebrating 50 years of diplomatic relations between the two nations that have maintaining strong ties throughout the years. Despite the ups and downs due to the pandemic in the past few years, specifically, one thing has remained constant: ADIO's commitment to supporting investors to Abu Dhabi. As we look ahead, we are ramping up our support to bring innovators, entrepreneurs, and businesses to Abu Dhabi. For us, there is no better place to kickstart our acceleration than in Germany. The UAE is Germany's most important trading partner in the region. Our economic cooperation has been centered around imports and exports, while expanding to partnerships in renewable energy, mobility, and new technologies. There are thousands of Germans living, working, and studying, and thriving in the Emirates, and the cooperation between our markets keep growing. We have seen mammoth partnerships. For example, our governments are jointly developing hydrogen and synthetic fuels. We are working together to uncover the potential of renewable energy while strengthening bilateral cooperations in mutually advantageous fields. To German investors, I want to present 3 reasons you should consider Abu Dhabi as the next stop in your growth plan. First, the level of innovation being developed here is unparalleled in the region. Did you know that the UAE ranked first regionally in the 2020 Global Innovation Index? We have led the region for 5 years running. Additionally, Abu Dhabi was named the smartest city in the region by IMD. And we are nurturing innovation with the goal of developing impactful solutions. And we see similar mindsets in Germany, a country which tops global lists of R&D, innovation, and the development of new technologies. Imagine the possibilities we could unlock together. This brings me to my second point: support. The support German businesses will find in Abu Dhabi will propel you to new heights, because the government here has made it a priority to help innovators and businesses. Abu Dhabi is an ideal test bed for innovation. We have a thriving tech ecosystem with business enablers such as ADIO that can guide you along every step of your investor journey. Companies looking for funding will find they can access incentives or equity investments through our sovereign wealth funds or other entities established to provide financial support. The laws and regulations are especially enabling as we want to make it as easy as possible for businesses to excel here. My third and final point is about access, in that Abu Dhabi can offer German investors access to new markets and audiences. We can be your springboard to the greater Middle East region, helping you enter new markets to accelerate growth. And we are at the crossroads of Europe, Middle East and Asia, with 80% of the world within an 8-hour flight from Abu Dhabi. We're excited to have you use Abu Dhabi as a hub to reach regional and global markets. In summary, the 3 reasons to come to Abu Dhabi are innovation, support, and access. And I promise you that you'll find all this and more as you take your first steps into the Emirate. But don't just take it from me. In a while, my colleagues will be introducing you to everything that Abu Dhabi has to offer. The opportunities, advantages, support, and much more. And we can't wait for you to join us here. For those new to Abu Dhabi, ADIO will guide you along every step of your journey. With our Frankfurt office, we are positioned closer than ever to you. Our strong understanding of both the German and Abu Dhabi markets will ensure we provide the most relevant support. As I conclude, I would like to welcome His Excellency Hafsa Al-Unha, the UAE Ambassador to Germany, who is working towards strengthening the historical relations between our two countries. I hope that you have a great session today, and thank you.
Your Excellency, dear friends, greetings from Berlin. It is with great pleasure that I heard the news of opening of ADIO office in Frankfurt. As you know, UAE and Germany enjoy strong bilateral ties, and especially on the business front. Opening of ADIO office in Germany will enhance this relationship and will create strong partnership in the field of investment and joint ventures. I would like to congratulate ADIO on this ambitious step. UAE Embassy in Berlin is always available to assist in any way needed. I wish you all the success. Thank you very much.
Next, we will have an interview with Suad Al-Hosni, Head of Investor Care at Abu Dhabi Investment Office, facilitated by Ms. Karen Zangeri, Director of Abu Dhabi Investment Office, German Emirati Joint Council for Industry and Commerce. Please take it away, ladies.
Thank you very much, Carmen. Thank you very much. It's also for me a pleasure to be joining you today for this inaugural event. I'm the director of the Abu Dhabi office of the German Emirati Joint Council for Industry and Commerce, also known as AHK for many of you. We're the main point of contact for German companies, mostly SMEs, when they're looking into the UAE markets. I'm really looking forward to the discussion later on, but first, of course, I'm very happy to have a one-on-one with, I would say, one of the most well-known faces when it comes to, and not only, of course, Abu Dhabi Investment Office, but when we talk about promoting the Emirate of Abu Dhabi and its ecosystem to the world. I'm speaking of Suad Al-Hosni, who leads the investor care team at ADIO. Together with her team, they are responsible for ensuring that existing and new investors do well throughout their journey in Abu Dhabi and remain happy, which is very important. Suad, I'm very glad to see you, even if it's only virtually this time around. We're here for the inauguration of your Frankfurt office. So of course, my first question to you has to be, why did ADIO establish an office in Germany, and how will the office work with investors?
So good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen from Abu Dhabi. Good morning to our colleagues from Germany. Thank you so much. It gives me an honor to be here with you today, Karen, and to tell you what the story of having an office of Abu Dhabi Investment Office launching in Germany. As our distinguished speakers mentioned, Abu Dhabi and Germany are strong partners. The UAE and Germany is most important trading partner in the region. Not only in the exports and imports perspective, but it has been expanding for partnership in renewable energy, mobility, and new technologies. Why ADIO established an office in Germany? ADIO is ready to connect German investors to Abu Dhabi's fast-growing innovation system. You know, Germany is a leader in global digital revolution. German companies have pioneered advanced in research, technology, and manufacturing. Technological transformations aligns with Abu Dhabi focus on innovation. The Frankfurt office will enable ADIO to provide localized support to investors looking to expand to the Emirate of Abu Dhabi. The office has a depth understanding on the German market and can pinpoint investors on the right way to expand to the Emirate of Abu Dhabi with the help of our office and team members on this call, as well as those who are based in Abu Dhabi and in Germany. Our team here will offer the necessary directions from our promotional activities, including local outreach and networking, event hosting and participation, and lead generation and inbound lead filtering. All of this to say that we fully understand what German investor needs and can provide you the support you need to expand to Abu Dhabi. In the past, I had the honor to participate in a lot of events happening in Germany, including Hanover Messe and other important partnerships along with EHK, and looking forward to distinguished partnerships in the coming years. All the best, inshallah.
Thank you, Suad. And of course, I have to say it was always an honor to have you in our events. So for our participants that are joining us today, what opportunities are there for German investors in Abu Dhabi?
The market is so huge, Karen. There is a lot of numerous opportunities for German entrepreneurs and businesses interested in setting up in Abu Dhabi. We have created a welcoming and supportive environment for innovative businesses and thrive. Companies coming to Abu Dhabi can access advantages including a favorable tax regime, established infrastructure, and financial and political stability. But not only that, access to talent pool and much more. The government has also established numerous business enablement entities to support companies at every step of their journey. There are many different types of opportunities for foreign investors in Abu Dhabi. These opportunities would focus on innovation, research, and using Abu Dhabi as a jumping board to the larger region. For instance, German companies can headquarter a startup, establish R&D facilities, set up manufacturing plants, invest in local startups, set up distribution to serve the GCC region, or develop an incubator or accelerator. These are just simple examples of the many opportunities we have for German investors. The amount of innovation being created here is tremendous and set to grow. We hope that German investors will capitalize on the opportunities here.
Thank you, Suad. It's great to hear everything. I'm already seeing some questions coming in, which probably will be addressed later on. So another very important thing, what support does ADIO offer German investors?
We provide them everything from A to Z. I'm honored to be leading the investor care department within Abu Dhabi Investment Office, and this is what I have been doing for the past 12 years. So basically, first, from an investor care perspective, we provide a comprehensive range of tailored services to support investors from A to Z. They can assess them in every stage, from knowing the market, from setting up a business, from data, networking, licensing, navigating everything they need from A to Z. ADIO reveals and provides everything an investor needs within Abu Dhabi. We want to help them to have a steamed and sufficient and transparent journey within the setup process in the Emirate. Our teams will assess them at every stage of their journey. Secondly, we offer incentive instrument as part of our company attraction. We offer around a 2 billion innovation program that provides competitive and comprehensive on cash and non-cash financial incentives for businesses. The companies in high growth areas include financial services, which is fintech technology, healthcare and biopharma, ICT, anything including within IT, agriculture, technology, and tourism, among others growing sectors, which are the traditional sectors. ADIO is sector agnostic. We support investors in every stage and every size. We are here to support investors to have an easy plan to expand their businesses in the Emirate of Abu Dhabi. Until now, We have supported more than 18 companies under the innovation program, and this number is set to grow in 2022 as we bring more. Last but not least, the third investor is helping them by identifying and unlocking investment opportunities for business investors. We are well accredited and well connected across the Abu Dhabi ecosystem. We connect investors on this call and all the investors from Germany to the ecosystem and stakeholders to help them bring their dreams come true. We'll help them to explore the opportunities available, the investment opportunities, and meet with the right contacts to help them grow their business in the Emirate of Abu Dhabi.
Good. And you've already mentioned some high growing or high growth sectors. So which are the particular sectors that Abu Dhabi and ADIO are focused on building?
So innovation has been always a key focus for the Emirate of Abu Dhabi and for ADIO itself. This is underlying theme for all the initiatives that we are pushing. Anything that builds innovation, ecosystem, and that revolves around innovation is a key for us. We are focused on many sectors such as ICT, fintech services, advanced manufacturing, agriculture technologies, and healthcare. There are no limits. We see the same determination and ambition in Germany too. We want to attract German innovators and founders to establish and grow here. Abu Dhabi has the right incentives and programs and environment to be able to support them along with the right team members to help them and navigate them in the ecosystem.
Perfect. And how can a German company get started in Abu Dhabi?
This is the best part of the journey that I usually enjoy by hand-handing this investor into expanding into Abu Dhabi. You know, as any investor going into a new country, they would like to know the opportunities available for them to get started. There are so many entry points for German investors to come. We have business enablers that provide funding, set up support, and access to network. For example, the Abu Dhabi Global Market International Financial Center has been one of its kind in the approvals and opportunities available for the financial sector. The Global Tech Ecosystem Hub 71 and SME Enabler Khalifa Fund, just to name a few. Those helps SMEs and startups to access the Abu Dhabi market. Abu Dhabi also have 5 free zones that offers ease business setup and support for companies. Those allows you also to have 100% ownership, which allows now a German investor or any investor from the world to have 100% ownership onshore or offshore. Those 5 free zone focuses on different areas, which help you with full repatriation of profit and capital, tax exemption. Those sectors include Abu Dhabi Global Market and Financial, in the financial sector, Masdar and renewable energy, 2454 in media, Kizad in the exports, where later on during the panel, Khalid Al-Marzougi, my colleague, will explain to you more about their offerings. And last but not least, Abu Dhabi Media Free Zone 2454 and Abu Dhabi Airport Free Zone for the fleet services. With the amount of support and options available current in the market, we want to ensure that an investor have the smoothest entry into Abu Dhabi. ADIO is the first point of contact for companies expanding in Abu Dhabi. We are familiar with the entire ecosystem and we can facilitate the right partnership. They come to us, myself and my colleagues will be here to support them and assist them and navigate them within the Abu Dhabi ecosystem in the best way to serve.
Great, and I understand, I mean, clearly there is a reason why you chose Frankfurt for an office. Germany is known globally as an innovation hub. What are the unique advantages Abu Dhabi offers companies compared to elsewhere in the world?
So last year we announced 8 international offices, and Germany is one of the most important economic partners for the UAE and specifically for the Emirate of Abu Dhabi. We want to be closer to the investors. So, you know, during the past 2 years, it has been a bit difficult for investors to reach us. So now our team in Frankfurt, along with ourselves, will come closer to you. They will enable us to provide you with the relevant support. There is many advantages for businesses to do in Abu Dhabi. So as I mentioned before, Abu Dhabi has one of the most enabling business environments in the world. Second of all, from setup to registration to partnership, doing business here is straightforward. Abu Dhabi has offered unparalleled support and incentives to help global businesses succeed here. We know we have also amazing investment entities such as ADQ, Mubadala, ADI, and much more that will help investors in the funding and support their growth. In fact, you know, Abu Dhabi has one of the biggest sovereign funds in the world. According to the startup data platform Magnet, the UAE led innovation growth by numbers of deals and funding, acquiring 61% of all MENA investment in the first quarter of 2021. The fifth advantage that Abu Dhabi can offer startup is we can be your launchpad to the greater Middle East. Easier from Abu Dhabi. It's 7 or 8 hours flight to Asia to Europe. The hub and available of aviation support and the easiest transport availabilities, access to markets, through all these free zones, through all the facilities, help investors have Abu Dhabi as their home. Taken together, the enabling environment, support and access make Abu Dhabi an ideal location for companies in their next steps.
So what my last question of our discussion for our participants. So for German investors looking to enter the Abu Dhabi market, is there anything they should know and keep in mind while working and living here?
So I'll tell you something about myself that I always say. I love Germany. I have been to most of Germany, and also I love Berlin, and I love everything about Germany and the culture. But going back about investors looking to set up in Abu Dhabi, there are thousands of Germans living here, working and thriving in Abu Dhabi. So as many German investors entering Abu Dhabi market will be joining an established economy. Don't hesitate to leverage the help available in Abu Dhabi through us, through colleagues like you, Karen, and through entities similar to yours that looks into expanding businesses into Abu Dhabi. We offer unparalleled support and incentives to help global businesses succeed here. The message that I want to leave to you at the end is please note that untapped potential for collaboration between Abu Dhabi and Germany is enormous. There are investment opportunities for companies of all sizes in many different sectors. Abu Dhabi is one of the most tolerant, open and welcoming cities in the Middle East, and we look forward to welcoming you here as soon as possible and to hosting you into the city of the world, into the city that have changed and achieved a lot in a very short time. Thank you so much, Karen.
I fully agree, Suad, and thank you to you as well. It's been a pleasure as always. Thank you for having me and the HK being part of this inauguration. We have the same aim, so we definitely look forward to working hand in hand with you and the team here and in Frankfurt. So Carmen, back to you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Karen and Suad. In the next session, we have a panel discussion, which I am lucky enough to moderate. So please welcome our esteemed panelists. Safia Al-Makhtari, the Senior Director of Operations at Mubadala Health, Dr. Shamal Mohammed, the Agritech Director of Silal, Khalid Al-Marzuki, the Commercial Director of Kizad, and Stephen Severance, the Head of Program Management and Marketing at Masdar. I'll spend about 5 minutes with each panelist with a few questions each to give an overview of their entities and their roles. Let's begin with Mubadala Health. Safia, thank you so much for joining us today. We very much appreciate your participation. I would love to, I think, then share with the team really, what role does healthcare play in Mubadala's overall strategy?
Yes, thank you, Carmen, for the introduction. And I'm really glad to be here and with the launch of the successful venture and the office in Germany. It plays a big role. That's the short answer, as Mubadala is a global investment company with a mandate to generate sustainable financial returns for the government of Abu Dhabi. And as a responsible investor with entrepreneurial mindset, we strive continuously to create sustainable impact on the communities that we operate in and the businesses that we launch. And Mubadala Health is a great and a clear example of that. When it was initially established as Mubadala Healthcare under Mubadala Investment Company's umbrella, it was launched to support the support the launch of a sophisticated leading healthcare market here in the UAE.
We really do have one incredible healthcare ecosystem here, and we're really looking and focusing, and moving less from a provision of care focus, more towards an innovation and technology focus. So, what does this mean for the future of healthcare in Abu Dhabi?
Well, as you're aware, with the increased use of technology and AI, smart technologies such as AI, and the significant investment that was made in life sciences, specifically by Mubadala in the recent years, Abu Dhabi is well established to be a credible global hub for healthcare technology and innovation. And Mubadala has been taking a huge strides in that journey, and as well as making it as one of the key strategies for our growth in the future. One great example is the UAE or the Emirati Genome Project, which was launched in 2021 with the promise to sequence 1 million Emiratis or 1 million participants here in the UAE. And that gives us a promise to elevate precision medicine areas such as research and innovation. We've also seen how use of technology has boomed during the pandemic, and as Mubadala Health in the UAE, we were at the forefront in adoption of these technologies, telemonitoring, use of multiple COVID testing technologies, use of AI for radiology reads. So we think that there is a huge future for that, and we're always seeking partners to partner with, to work with on what's next in this world.
A lot of healthcare companies, when they're expanding to new geographies, it's about regulation, and healthcare is a heavily regulated industry globally for good reason. So how can Mubadala Health support companies through this process?
Well, I mean, we share the government's vision for the UAE healthcare sector to become comparable to or a benchmark as well in the healthcare industry globally. We have not faced difficulties or challenges in our ventures into growth or into utilizing new technologies. On the contrary, we feel like the Abu Dhabi market or the government of the UAE has been agile and adaptive to changes in that field. And as Mubadala Health, we do not necessarily offer a program to support companies, but we think that one of the key success factors for anyone, new entrants for German companies and German healthcare partners who are seeking to enter this market, is to look for local partners, credible partners who will support them with the launch of their businesses. As mentioned by Saad Al-Husani, looking for previous investors who have set up, or looking to Abu Dhabi Investment Company Office to support in that regard.
One last question for you, Safia, which would be, from your experience, what advice would you give to German healthcare companies looking to establish in Abu Dhabi?
Well, I mean, there are a couple of advices that I would give to German companies. Abu Dhabi is a multicultural community, and taking into account this diversity of this community and established presence of multiple racial and backgrounds is key into considering any of the business plans that will come forward. Of course, my biggest advice is always to partner with local or with the leading local partners such as Mubadala Health or others in the community to support that growth plan. Another key component, I think, for the UAE government and Abu Dhabi government is sustainability. So looking at ventures that will allow training and the development of Emiratis would be always looked at always highly in support of development of local talent and how we give back to the community.
Thank you so much, Safia, for your insights. Very, very much appreciated. And moving from one sector to another, which is healthcare to agtech. Dr. Shamal, I would love to kind of have you introduce Salal and tell us a little bit more about your future plans and what you do.
Thank you very much. Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Shamal Mohammed. I'm a director of agritech at Silal. Silal is a new company. We started 2 years ago as a consequence of COVID, specifically to help the food supply chain in Abu Dhabi. We have a clear mandate in the UAE. One is have a responsibility for the strategic food reserve. So that's one of the Silal's main responsibility, but also we support the local food production. So we work with vegetable, fruit, and crop growers in Abu Dhabi, helping them with technologies and various different sort of knowledge and options to maximize productivity, improve the quality of their produce, and then supplying the market with with a high quality and nutritious vegetables and fruit to the Abu Dhabi and the wider UAE. So that's how we operate. We are very close to the local farmers and helping them with the advancement in technology as well as the R&D.
Could you give us an overview, like a broad picture of the sector in Abu Dhabi and some of the investment opportunities here?
Yeah, obviously, as you know, Abu Dhabi has many challenges in terms of growing crop here. For a start, the climatic condition is quite challenging and harsh, especially in a summertime. But also there are challenges around the natural resource availability, like high quality soil, limited availability of fresh water. So there are many challenges there where, in my view, is a great investment opportunities. And obviously Germany, with sort of the advancement in engineering and some of the technology, quite easily can be transferred and help with some of these challenges facing the local food production here, but also looking at the energy aspect of it as well, because that's really one of the key input in food production in UAE. Using and utilizing energy for cooling, irrigation, for maintaining the crop is quite important. So there are multiple areas where the investment opportunity can happen in Abu Dhabi and can be a launchpad for many other sort of areas and regions around us, which has a similar sort of challenges as well.
Absolutely. I think we're all facing similar challenges, and we're definitely seeing a lot of kind of regionally developed, globally exportable solutions, specifically in space. So, I mean, in terms of the landscape here, I'll harp on this a little bit again. In terms of companies that are looking to set up and do some of that R&D and that innovation in the ag tech space, what is the regulatory landscape like in Abu Dhabi for ag tech solutions and businesses?
Yeah, well, I think there are, huge support and sort of a help on the investment side, but also on a regulatory side as well. Obviously, we are a semi-governmental organization. We are not really directly involved in a regulation, but I am aware of Abu Dhabi Investment Office has a very close relationship with Abu Dhabi Agriculture and Food Safety Authority, which is really helping removing any sort of obstacles in terms of bringing the investment into Abu Dhabi, especially in agriculture. So there are huge support on a regulatory side, on a leadership support, and agri-tech and agriculture in general is a top priority. Obviously, is part of a huge program of food security activity. So there are a lot of support there from various different agencies, from government, but also from the private and public sectors.
No, I think Abu Dhabi is quite forward thinking, specifically in food security and ag tech, and it was always Sheikh Mohammed's vision to green the desert. And I think we're doing some really exciting innovation and R&D work. Exactly. And it'd be incredible to have some German companies come in and take advantage of the environment. So I would say my last question to you, Dr. Shamala, would be, again, from your experience, what advice would you give to German companies looking to establish and tap into this exciting ag tech innovation program?
Well, I think that, my advice is going to be very similar to, other sectors as well. I think, first of all, you need to understand exactly what sort of challenges you are tackling, what's the sort of areas for investment you're going to focus on, but also finding the right local partners, help working with Abu Dhabi Investment Office to help you to understand exactly where are the potential for growth. I mean, this is not only Abu Dhabi, Abu Dhabi is a launch pad for the investment for the wider region, because some of these challenges and issues I mentioned is not only specific to UAE, the whole Middle East and globally is a big opportunities there. So yeah, find the right local partners, work with ADIO, and obviously, with us as well at Silal, we have a program of R&D and initiatives where we work with different companies, evaluating their technology and helping them to kind of bring their technology into Abu Dhabi market and to the wider UAE market as well. So that's going to be probably the advice for anyone who exploring Abu Dhabi as a market opportunity.
Thank you so much for your time, Dr. Shamal.
Thank you.
We also are not just exciting sectors, we have some very specialized free zones that are aligned with the most exciting areas of economic growth. Khaled Al-Marzuki, thank you so much for joining us today. Khaled, KEZAD has really been a key driver of investment here in Abu Dhabi. Can you give us an overview of the industries that you're focused on and the investment opportunities that you see?
Thank you, Carmen, for this interesting sessions. And I want to start with saying greeting actually to our business friends in Germany. First of all, when you attract any investments, there's a number of factors that determine actually your approach. First of all, the demand that in the local markets, the demand in Abu Dhabi, the demand in the country, the demand in the regions, as well as you are looking to the other side, for example, Germany, what they are producing, what we can do as a business matching within the regions. So what we have done here within KEZAD, we try to create specific value propositions for of the main sectors that are being developed here in the city and in the regions. For example, food hub, polymers hub, metal hub, so automotive hub, life science hub. We developed a lot of clusters, a lot of parks within our zones, in order to make sure that we are providing the needed service and supports to each company and each sector's requirement.
Could you tell us a little bit about some investments that are being developed or nurtured in KEZAD?
Yeah, sure. Actually, I already spoke about the regional food hub. This was, we already have an existing food hub, which is actually quite big here in the city of Abu Dhabi. And for example, some of the big companies that we have, Brazil Food and Pinar. So we have many global companies that establish here, but we created also a regional food hub in order actually to provide, as I mentioned, additional support and additional customized solutions for the customers. Also, we have announced a number of projects in the last, I would say, 6 months, 9 months, including Tire City, which is actually with the partnerships with the Shandong province in China in order to provide the market needs in the Middle East and Africa. Also, we have announced the hydrogen productions, and I know that there was a delegation came from Germany in regard to this business. Also, we have announced a lithium factory, which is actually one of our recent announcements. So there's a lot of interesting projects, yes, and we believe that today UAE play a major role of actually how is developing the whole industrial ecosystem in the world.
And absolutely, and some of those examples that you spoke about. So how has KEZAD, or how can KEZAD support international companies in Abu Dhabi?
So we are looking at every sectors, every size of companies, I would say, differently, because we want to give them the right support that they need. We have SME, what we call the innovation center, cater for the SME sectors. We are also creating incubation business center from different countries. Today we are announcing about the incubation center that we will have with Israel, for example. Because we are part of Abu Dhabi Ports, and today Abu Dhabi Ports, they have 5 clusters within the group. So we have marine service, we have the port, we have the logistic and the industrial zone, and the digital clusters. So we're having all those 5 clusters. We were able in many occasions to provide a full customized solutions for the customer for the whole their supply chain, from all the way where they are importing the products and all the way when it goes to the customers. And my last point I want to highlight here also about the customized facility that we provide to the investors, whether it is built to suit solutions, or we have many pre-built units that can be used for different industries, like cold storage, industrial units, general units, units that has a showroom, so they can have access directly to the local market.
One last question again, in case you have any other pearls of wisdom, and everyone's spoken a lot about partnership being a really kind of key angle that would advise. Do you have any other pearls of wisdom for German companies that will be looking to establish in Abu Dhabi?
Actually, what my colleague already mentioned previously was very interesting. Just want to add two things. First of all, of course, the main message we want to say that I would also recommend the German company to use your office in Germany and utilize this office, because I think this will be the easiest way how they can explore the business opportunity in Abu Dhabi and in the regions. And second, as my colleague mentioned, look at UAE as a hub, look at the UAE as a gateway, because UAE for many multinational companies is actually considered the preferred hub destinations for the whole regions when it comes to the Middle East, Africa, India subcontinents, and generally connecting East and West and vice versa. Thank you.
Absolutely. We're a great landing pad to service some of the most exciting emerging economies around us. So thank you so much for your time, Khaled. A pleasure as always. From one kind of free zone to another, Stephen Severance, you have an incredibly exciting role at Masdar, which is a low carbon sustainable city and clean technology cluster in Abu Dhabi. What has Masdar's growth really looked like over the past few years?
Thank you, Carmen. And I've been at Masdar for the past 12 years. Which, like many people, is much longer than they ever anticipated being here in the country, in the region, and at one employer. But it was too good a project not to be a part of. So I think what we've seen is Masdar grow from a concept, from idea of say, okay, we are going to be a hub of sustainability in what is, and for those in Germany right now, I would say my advice is get to Abu Dhabi now. The weather is perfect. It's actually amazing. It's the best time of the year to be here. There's so many outdoor things you can do. There's so many water sports, so many beaches. It's such a great lifestyle right now. Now, we might not say that in July. It's a tad warm in July. I'm not going to lie about that. But Masdar City is designed to make that shoulder season more enjoyable outdoors. It's all designed to say, how would we adapt to this environment with the building, with the master planning, with the architecture, than just using air conditioning to overcome it. And so we have started with our largest technology partner is Siemens. So obviously we've had a long history with German companies, and not just on our Masdar City side, but on our clean energy side. With Siemens has done our largest wind project with us off the London Array, in the channel between UK and the rest of Europe. So we've had German partners for a very long time, which has been fantastic for us. But to see that growth, to go from an idea to the world's largest collection of LEED Platinum buildings, over 175,000 square meters of LEED Platinum buildings, to grow from our first free zone company to over 1,000 companies in the free zone right now, to see the life coming in, to see the parks coming up in the community facilities, but to really be that demonstration of sustainability, and then also to see the innovation come. Because I think that this is one area, with Abu Dhabi so focused on innovation and R&D, Masdar City is a natural hub for that innovation R&D. And I would look at across the, who we're talking to now, who we have on the call with us. We are Mubadala, the company, so our part, Mubadala, obviously we partner with. Kizat is fantastic, and what we'd like to think is, hey, do pilots, do demonstrations at Masdar City, and then go off scale to Kizat. And one of those is Madar Farms. Madar Farms is a success story. It's a local company and started with 4 containers at Masdar City demonstrating hydroponic farming, which is, we've talked a fair amount about agriculture here and how important that is to us in this region, how we want to move from importing all the food to growing food here and becoming much more self-sufficient. So they've proven the demonstration, they've proven the technology, and now they're going to a 10,000 square meter facility at Kizat, because that's the most appropriate place in Abu Dhabi for them for a larger scale facility. And so to us, that's an amazing story how Abu Dhabi works together and they're also being supported by ADIO in this venture. So this is a story of how the people on this call, but are working together to make sure that the companies that are here are in the most appropriate places at the right times.
Absolutely. And I think you've covered a lot of those kind of sectors that you guys are looking at Masdar and some of the innovations that you're looking to kind of support as they grow. Just to one final kind of question for you, Stephen, mindful of time, do you have any kind of specific innovations that you foresee being really interesting, or any specific advice specific to the clean tech and the different clusters that you're looking to build out in Masdar for German companies?
Well, and I would say, look, it's Of course, energy is key to what we're doing. So we're doing more testing around 24/7 electricity battery storage as we move toward a more renewable future and toward 2050. 2050 is not that far away. It's 28 years from now. It may surprise many of you, but I'm actually older than 28 years old. And I imagine not all of us on the call are older than 20, but we have less than what my lifetime has been to get to carbon neutrality. That is such a challenge. So that I think that we need a lot of innovation around that. We're starting a hydrogen project. Also, Siemens is very involved with us in the hydrogen project, because there are things that clean electricity can do. There are things electric vehicles can do, but there are things that you need heat for, and hydrogen can create heat. And the green hydrogen project, I think, is something we're very excited about as they're coming up.
Absolutely. Hydrogen is such a huge focus area for us, and we're so lucky to have partners like Siemens to help kind of explore those new areas with us. Stephen, thank you so much for your time. All of our esteemed panelists, thank you all for giving us the time this afternoon. Very, very much appreciated. I'd like to now welcome back Suad Al-Hosni and a testimonial from one of our good friends at Siemens, Dr. Falk Watawa, who is the Vice President of the Executive Office Hub Middle East, Siemens Energy. Falk and Suad, please take it away.
Thank you, Carmen. Dr. Falk, good afternoon, and thank you for your time. And it's a pleasure to be here with you today.
My pleasure, absolutely.
I promise I'm going to do this interview so short and sweet for you. So I'll just jump into the questions. As you may know, Siemens is a well-renowned name and has been operating in the UAE for over 2 decades. Can you share a bit about the company's vision and operations in the UAE and why it's closed Abu Dhabi as one of its global markets?
Yeah, I mean, picking up on the aspect of globality, we are a global leader in energy. We have 92,000 people across the globe, or over 90 countries. From the size, we're 28 billion euros in annual revenue. And what we do is we provide product solutions for power generation, power transmission, and industrial power applications. But it's not about the size, it's about a lot about how we do things. The core question of all of our activities focus on a question that probably all of us are asking ourselves every day. How can we meet on the growing demand for electricity that is clearly there? I mean, the planet is increasing in population size. While on the other side, how can we protect the planet, the climate? And this is what we do. We really try to energize the society. But we really want to help our customers in this energy transition that is happening, really, to a more sustainable world, right? Everyone wants transition, nobody wants change, but there's a lot of change involved. And we do this together with our offerings. So getting from the global aspect to why Abu Dhabi, I mean, we believe that Abu Dhabi really has exactly the right platform to work with and to become the leader in the energy transition. And this is the match for us. Yeah, this is totally in line with what Siemens Energy wants to do, what our purpose is, and our future direction. And this is why we're there and why there's such a good match for us.
I must say, Dr. Falk, I'm a big fan of Siemens Energy and of all the success that you have achieved in the region and specifically in the Emirate of Abu Dhabi. Your value map says that you strive to support the UAE in its vision to diversify the economy, develop a knowledge-based economy, increase UAE-based innovation, drive citizens and residents' happiness by improving quality of life, improve key environmental targets, and ensure heritage and future development coexist in harmony. How does the Abu Dhabi ecosystem and infrastructure support Siemens in achieving that?
Yeah, I mean, the energy transition is our business. Climate change and the growing energy demand, on the one side, I mean, they pose a lot of challenges, but on the other side, challenges also mean opportunities, and this is business opportunities. This is new jobs, and there's much potential in it, and we can drive this locally because this is a chance for growth. And if you look at the energy transition, this is not something you import from outside. This is something you have to actively shape from the inside. And this is what we're trying to support the UAE with, especially with the aspiration that the UAE actually has. And by doing that, by really growing this, we create value within the country by creating local jobs, by developing talents. One part is, of course, growing the business, growing the ecosystem that we have. But we also, let me share this from a more personal side, decided in March 2021, we signed a cooperation agreement with the Zayed Hire organization to train and employ people of determination. And this is really what we want to do to support the local society. And as a part of this agreement, we're going to be hosting 3 months on the job training program for people of determination within our offices. Why is this so important? Not only because you're doing something good, in addition, inclusion and diversity is something that is part of the strategy, and it facilitates innovation, and then it's a big benefit for the entire society. And this is why we're doing, and this is how we are trying to support the UAE and the society.
That's amazing, Dr. Falk, and very impressive. And people of determination has been one of the important topics and support by the government of the United Arab Emirates. Yeah. I would like to ask you, you have chosen one of our prominent partners, Masdar, as your home for your business. What was the factor that made you choose Masdar?
Yeah, I mean, I think Stephen already said it before. Really, it's a hub of sustainability. Overall, I mean, the UAE has a unique set of properties to be successful in the energy transition, especially also in the hydrogen economy, as it was mentioned before. And Masdar really provides for us the perfect spot to be when it gets to shaping the energy transition. If I look out of my window, then I see solar panels, I see energy storage applications experimenting. The IRENA, the International Renewable Energy Agency, is right around the corner. So really, this is for us a perfect spot to be in. And we chose an ecosystem. We didn't just choose like a location. We chose to be in a spot where we can find partners that think alike and that act alike, and we can work together. And if you work in partnership, then things can happen so much faster and more efficient going forward. And this is the reason why we chose Masdar.
That's amazing. And of course, the ecosystem plays a huge role in the development of a business perspectives and activities within a country or a city. My next question to you, I'm sure that myself and my colleagues on this call and this webinar would like to know more about your success stories. Can you share with us some of the success stories for Siemens Abu Dhabi?
Yeah, I mean, I just mentioned hydrogen, and also Stephen mentioned it in my other people on today's call also mentioned it. I mean, hydrogen is the buzzword nowadays, but we're really trying to make things happen. And one of the things is really developing a green hydrogen economy in Abu Dhabi. We signed in January of last year a high-level agreement together with Mubadala to develop a green hydrogen economy in Abu Dhabi. I mean, Mubadala is a great partner for us because we really share a common understanding of what is needed in the market. We're committed to developing our presence here and how can you jointly build up this high-tech industry and the knowledge-based job. Actually, a bit more specific, what we then as part of the developments further signed then is an MOU in January of this year. We joined forces with Mazda, Etihad Airway, the UAE airline, one of the UAE airlines, and one of the German airlines, Lufthansa, and Marubeni, Khalifa University, and then also Total Energies joined our initiative to produce sustainable aviation fuel. Yeah, flying is not necessarily always something that is beneficial for the carbon footprint, even though we can't just say we stop flying all at once. And the question is, how can we do that in a sustainable way? And this is one thing where we are and we will successfully shape actually the future aviation of aviation industry going forward.
So, Doctor, a question to you. Do you describe that the business climate in Abu Dhabi for international firms consider setting up in the Emirates? How would you describe it to investors?
How would I describe it?
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at the Global Entrepreneurship Monitor of 2022, it ranked the UAE as first in their index. Now, what is behind this number? I think it is clear to everyone that the UAE has emerged as a #1 global destination for establishing and starting businesses. Boosting this encouraging environment through the many announcements of the past year. And there's a significant amount of money that really goes into this. One number that I can share with you that in the entire UAE, $1.2 billion venture capital funding was attracted in 2021. This is an unmatched number here in the region. And this shows you like how massive the investment is. Really with the support of the government and the changes in regulations and the massive amount of money that is attracted here, it's definitely a friendly environment. Yeah, and that shows really the willingness to get this ecosystem going. So overall, how would I describe it? As a very, very positive, intense, and gaining traction.
Thank you, Dr. Falk. My last question to you is, what would be your advice for our fellow German companies and investors and residents who would like to move to Abu Dhabi and expand here?
Yeah, well, first of all, from a personal side, I think many people said it. This will be a great place to bring your families, and if your family is happy, then you will be happy, and you will be successful in your business. And Abu Dhabi is really a dynamic hub for a wide range of businesses, industrial activities. A lot, as that was also said before, a lot is really centered about innovation and entrepreneurship. This is where the funding really goes to, and all the programs that have been there are trying to really push that. I mean, what was mentioned before was Hub 71, Start ADE, Tech Accelerator by ADNOC, Flat 6 Labs, all these things, the ADIO Innovation Program itself, Mubadala Ventures, all these things are one thing that people can really tap into. That's number one. The second thing is, the second advice I can give is connect to the ecosystem that is there, because it will really help you. Lastly, it's a great place to start your business, and I wouldn't wait. I would really look for what is happening here, because one of the key things that was announced last year is the possibility to have 100% foreign ownership, and this allows the businesses to trade directly with consumers anywhere in the UAE market, providing also the low tax regime that we see here. So all in all, I can only advise for German companies to fastly tap into the advantages that we see on the first personal and professional side, and that this environment really provides.
Dr. Wachwa, thank you very much. It has been an honor to host you today, and we'll be looking forward to a great expansion and success for Siemens Energy and the Siemens Group in the Emirate of Abu Dhabi and the United Arab Emirates. Thank you very much. Back to you, Carmen.
Thank you so much, Falk and Suad. And thank you all to our guests for joining us today. For further information, we please invite you to connect to us via our country head, Gert, whose email is already in the chat. And we look forward to seeing your inquiries in our inbox and hopefully in person soon in Abu Dhabi. Thank you all so much for your time.